everyone, Diana Nemirovsky here. Wanted to take you on tour with me. Every Tuesday morning, San Mateo County Realtors go around on what's called Broker's Tour. It's where agents are showing off the houses they have for sale, and we realtors get a chance to see them, talk to the agents about the property, get better understanding of the market so that when we speak to our clients, we actually know what we're talking about. So thought I'd kind of pull back the curtain on that and take you along with me today in Redwood City, where I'm looking for several clients, and just talk about what that process looks like. Tucked away in the hills above Redwood City is the Emerald Lake Country Club. It's closed right now. It's open over the summer and weekends into the fall. It's a nice little swim spot for the kids and a place for grown-ups to hang out. First-time home buyers are not familiar with the process and have a ton of questions because it's not really explained very well anywhere. Okay, I need gas. Pause. I'm going to stop at the gas station. One of the things I love about this area is the coffee shop. This place actually roasts their own coffee. Look, they got the pan out because today is roasting day. Let me take you inside. Super knowledgeable staff, amazing coffee. So while I'm on my way to the next property that I'm going to look at on tour today, I wanted to take a minute to talk about staging. So I'm sure you all know staging is when you hire somebody to come in and redecorate your house so that it looks particularly wonderful when buyers come through, which generally is not a bad thing. If you're the seller, for sure it helps people imagine how they can use the space. Also, another important thing to know, you want, if you're selling your home, you want the buyers coming through to be able to imagine themselves in that space, in the house you're trying to sell. What you don't want is to have them distracted by your personal possessions, your family photos. You could have an awesome collection of something amazing, but then they're focusing on the collection which you're taking with you and is not part of the sale. You want to show off the house. So great, people hire stagers. Something to keep in mind, stagers, when they are staging a home, are not furnishing the home for people to live in, right? They're just trying to make it look good to sell. What that means and what you need to know is they are typically going to use furniture that is smaller than you might otherwise be buying if you actually lived there and were choosing furniture for yourself, because the smaller the furniture, the bigger the rooms look. So in a master bedroom, many people choose to own a king-size bed. They're typically going to be staged with a queen-size bed because it makes the room look bigger. Dining tables, couches, all of it tend to be a little smaller in size to open up the house. So if you have furniture that you need to be sure is going to fit, you should have some idea of what the measurements are and bring those with you, and always have a measuring tape. One of the things I spend the most time doing when I am touring property, either on my own or with clients, is pulling out my handy dandy list of the actual measurements of a king mattress and a queen mattress and a twin, and figuring out when you put the bed you actually own in whichever bedroom, what does it look like then? And then you start to see some of these houses, you want to put a king bed against the only obvious wall to put it. Well, now you've obscured the light switches that are on either side of the bed. Or now they're kind of butting into the window and it looks funky. Or sure, the bed fits, but then there's no room for your night tables. So just something to be aware of. Buying can be a very emotional decision. As much as you try to analyze it, you're going to react to things. And so if I can give you some information so that when you are in a house, you're paying attention to some details and not swept into how gorgeous the house is showing, that's going to serve you well. Conversely, if you go see a house that is not staged, a lot of people are going to be turned off by that, and you can work that to your advantage because people are used to seeing very squeaky clean, vacant staged homes that don't look lived in. If you're selling a house with your stuff in it, you're probably going to turn off a certain percentage of the buyers. And according to my previous point, you've furnished the house in sizes that make sense to live with that furniture, so your house is not going to show as well. So if you're a buyer and you're savvy, you can look at a house that is filled with the seller's furniture And if you can see past that to the what we call the bones of the house, the layout, the lighting, all of that, it's an advantage because you're not going to be bidding against as many people on a property like that. It requires some imagination and some creativity to see the potential amidst somebody else's furnishings and tastes, etc.